Welcome back to another episode of InstaPhippsyFishing. Thanks for tuning in. 2 days ago, I fished my second bass tournament ever. Didn't go quite as good as the first one. It was rainy and miserable all day. The bite was super tough. It was a body of water I've never fished before, which was also, a bit of a learning curve. I managed to catch one largemouth bass, and it was actually the second biggest of my life. So that was pretty fun to do during a tournament. It was 4.78 pounds, which for Northeastern Ontario is a pretty good large size bass. We're more well known for smallmouth bass up here. So that was my second and last tournament of the year for 2021, and I had a blast doing those, hoping to do a lot more next year and have much better results as well. So today I'm going to be doing something I'm going to call the Crankbait Food Chain Challenge. I actually attempted this before, but I only had an hour and a half to film. I broke the first bait that I was using. I think something is wrong with this micro crankbait. No matter what I do, I cannot get it to swim properly. It just keeps looping in circles. I don't know what is going on here. What the f***? Holy f***. This is ridiculous. This bait is really making me mad. Huh. Oh, now it's broken. Well, I had good intentions, but that thing really made me mad. I think I caught maybe one or two bass. Okay, we've moved on to the mini crankbait because the micro was not swimming, and then I busted it in anger. Got one. Out of it. Frig. Okay. Mini crankbait done. Moving on. There we go. Regular size crankbait. He's growing. Yeah, they could be about the same size. Regular size crankbait complete. But nothing was going my way that day. Today I've got at least a solid 4 hours to do these 5 different crankbaits. So I'll show you which baits I'll be using today. So here are the 5 crankbaits that I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be starting off with the Googan Baits Micro Recon. The color is Sriracha Craw. Then I'm going to upgrade to the Googan Squad Mini Banger. The color is Chartreuse Blueback. Then I have a regular size Bass Pro Shops crankbait in just a crayfish pattern. Then we're moving up to the large crankbait, which is a Googan Baits Recon, also in Sriracha Craw. And then we are going to the big bad Grande Recon, also by the Googan Squad. And the color is Mudbug. So we're gonna start off with the smallest, which is a micro, then mini, then regular, then large, and then grande. Let's see if we can get 5 fish on crankbaits in the next 4 hours. As a little bit of a side quest just for fun, I'm gonna see if I can upgrade my fish as I go too. So hopefully catch the smallest one on the micro, a little bit bigger on the mini, so on and so forth. Starting off with our little micro banger. Just got this in the mail the other day. I needed another micro crankbait. Last time I was filming the video, I actually broke the micro crankbait that I already had. It wasn't working, it wasn't swimming straight, and it was very frustrating. So let's see if we can get them with the micro crank. To start off, we'll say they have to be bass to count. Just had a bunch of perch chasing it. Might as well catch one of those. Can you see that perch there? Just had like 3 bites from perch. Not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'm having trouble getting these micro crankbaits to swim. Maybe the line I'm using is too heavy. I'm using 10-pound fluorocarbon. I guess that is quite a bit, but just swims in circles. Just got to put the challenge on hold for a second. Basically, anytime I can make my way into this bay and creek, I'm gonna do it. There's just so many different fish in here. There's some huge ones in here. So even though I'm doing a different challenge today and a crankbait isn't the best bait to be throwing in here, I've just got to check it out and see what's in here. Usually the first couple casts we can get a few good smallies. Just gonna make a few casts with the Scout Junior. See what's hanging out in here today. Every day in here is different. It's one of my favorite spots in the river. Oh, there we go. And we've got a smallie. Just as expected. Ooh, feisty one. Nothing huge, but just, oh yeah, they're schooling up down there. He's drawn the attention of a few others. Fish number one of the day, but not part of the challenge. He was not caught on a crankbait. Wow, nice fat belly, not very big, £1.25 or so. Always fun. See if I can pick off one or two more with the Junior Scout jerkbait. There we go. Oh, this one seems tiny. Pretty dang small. Usually I don't catch very many small ones here. Nice feisty little guy. Since there's some small ones here, I'm gonna see if I can use the micro crankbait without getting snagged on all these weeds. See if we can knock the first crankbait off the list. I feel like the micro is gonna be the hardest just because I can't get it to swim right. Might as well catch a couple more fish over here, and then I'll head to somewhere more appropriate for a crankbait. I also have an obligation to always check if there's any topwater fish around in this area. Oh my God. Huge pike. Oh. He wanted it too. Did you hear him swim off? That was sick. That might have been the one I caught the other day. Dang. That's twice I've come over here and saw a huge pike, and they just swim off. I'm gonna see if I can get him interested in something. Dang, that looked big. Okay, chatterbait. Time for you to catch a big angry pike. The water's so shallow and clear. At least now I know exactly what I'll be fighting. That had to have been around 36 to 40 inches. Time for a side quest. Ooh. Got something. Not the pike though. Is that a little larger? It is too. He's lucky that pike didn't chomp him there. Tiny largie. See you in a few years. It's not that often you get to see the fish you're gonna catch before catching it. So we are gonna get ourselves another big pike. Don't make me come back later for you. Let's just get this over with. And I'll go back about our days. Don't know if that's him. Nope. That actually seems like a decent bass. Can't tell if it's largie or smallie. Come on, stay down. Smallie. Cool, on the whopper plopper. It's a decent one. Holy smokes. We're a little off mission, but that's exciting. It's a beauty on the whopper plopper. Probably 2 1/4. Was not expecting a smallie there, that's for sure. Okay, I just used up about an hour of my fishing time, but I did catch a few fish and I saw a giant pike. But now let's stay focused and start crossing some crankbaits off the food chain challenge. I need to catch something on this friggin' micro. Similar to what happened last time. Can't get the bait to swim normal and can't catch a friggin' fish on it. Don't friggin' understand. Yes. Might not be a bass. No, it's a fall fish. I've never caught a fall fish in the river before. A lot of people don't even know what these are, but they're kind of fun to catch. I've caught them in creeks before. I didn't even know they were in the river until a few weeks ago. My buddy caught one. It's tempting to just cross this lure off because it has been quite annoying, but I would like to catch all bass to make it legit, because that's the goal today. But my first river fall fish. Thanks, buddy. I probably should have just done any fish, but whatever. If I could just get lucky and catch a bass on this micro, I feel like the rest of the challenge will be easy, because at least those baits swim properly. Oh, this is snagged. This thing literally just loops in circles. Does not swim at all. Is it a bass? I'm counting it. It's a bass. The tiniest smallmouth bass I've probably ever caught on a lure. Yes. Thank you. Can I lip him? Yeah. Not much bigger than the lure. But that's the species we're looking for. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, now that that happened, I feel like we'll catch the rest, no problem. Knock on wood. Oh, thank you. Thankfully, we are on to the mini crankbait. Micro has been crossed off. Even though I could barely get it to work, managed to catch 2 fish on it. Now this mini better not give me any issues. Oh no. It swam in one circle, but other than that, looked like it was swimming okay. Yes. No! Had a decent sized smallie hit it. I forget what was going on. I think I was changing speeds on the trolling motor. And then it hit it while I wasn't reeling, so I didn't feel it. So I think that was only 4 casts with that. So I knew as long as I could get a lure that worked properly and swam as it's supposed to, I should be able to catch some fish. Got one. Lost it. Okay, that's all right. There's 2 bites on the mini. That one didn't feel as big as the first one, but any size bass is good right now. Got a little one. Come on, stay on. We're just gonna ski you in, buddy. Yeah, okay. Micro and mini complete. Oh yeah, last time I won. Last time one of my goals was also okay, well, I'll just leave that hooked in my sleeve for now. What I was saying is last time what I also wanted to do is with the smallest bait, catch the smallest fish, which that micro bait caught an absolute micro fish. The mini caught a mini bass. So if we can upgrade 5 times, hey, that's not so bad. That's just a side mission to keep me entertained. 2 out of 5 crankbaits in the food chain challenge left. I am on to the regular sized crankbait now, and I have 2 hours left to complete the challenge. First cast with the regular sized crank. Cast number 2, regular crank. Ooh, that's a bigger one. Hopefully not too big that I can't beat it with the others, but that hit just like a foot or 2 from the boat. I don't even know if I've had to reel yet since he hit it. He also seems a bit banged up. There's something going on with his head. Can't tell if something bit him or it's all black. And there's a scratch there. Oh, yeah, I think something tried to eat this guy. He's got some serious wounds. Probably a massive pike, because this is a decent sized bass. Okay, so far we are past the halfway point in the challenge. We've done three of the crankbaits, and we've upgraded bass each time. I'm gonna get a weight on this one just because for the next bass it might be hard to tell the exact size difference. Probably just shy of a pound. And by that, I mean almost 1.5 pounds. 1 pound, 7 ounces. Okay, 1 pound, 7 ounces. So hopefully the next fish is bigger than that. Now we are on our merry way. That only took like, I think 14 minutes to catch that third one. Okay, now moving on to ones that I use more often. I pretty much never use this thing. Time for crankbait number 4. This is the large crankbait. It is a Guggen Squad Recon, and the color is Sriracha Craw. If I finish this challenge fast, which I probably will, I might head back and try and catch that big pike that I saw earlier, because why not? Okay, we need one. We need a decent sized one, bigger than 1 pound, 7 ounces. So maybe like a 2 pounder or so. Come on, large crankbait, large fish, but not too large. Nice 2 pounder would be ideal. Might try the other side of the rapids again, or see if I can find those rock piles that are along the current here. They're kind of hard to find when the water levels are a bit higher like that right now. There's so many depth changes here that it's kind of hard to fish a crankbait because you want it to be banging along the bottom. This one dives 8 to 12 feet, and right now it's 20 feet. Then all of a sudden it'll be like 4 feet, then 30 feet. So you'd kind of need a bunch of different crankbaits that go different depths. Okay, getting better. We're in 12 feet now. And this thing dives 8 to 12 feet, which is good. So should be able to hit bottom or at least get close to it. This larger one's proven more difficult than expected. I don't throw crankbaits a ton in general, but usually they are a fairly consistent lure throughout the year. You can pretty much always catch a fish or two on a crankbait whenever you fish it. There we go. This one could be good. Ooh, it feels big. I don't even know if it's a bass. Nope. It's a pike. Came off just as I landed them. I might have to end up counting that because I'm running out of daylight. Quick release, hit it hard. Well, this challenge has been a little tougher than expected. Haven't fully given up on it yet, but I have come back to see if I can get that big pike to eat. And then maybe catch 1 or 2 more bass if I'm lucky. So far I've caught bass on 3 of the crankbaits and fish on 4 of them. So not a terrible result, only 1 I haven't caught a fish on yet. But part of that is because out of the 4 hours I had to fish, I'm spending 2 of them chasing a big pike. So hopefully I can at least catch that. And then if I don't manage to catch a bass, I might cross off those last 2 crankbaits tomorrow. Well, I didn't find the big pike or another bass, but still a pretty good day overall. Caught fish on 4 of the crankbaits. I think tomorrow I'll try and get 2 more bass on the 2 biggest, just to say I did. Oh, do I have one or is that just bottom? Dang it, I could have sworn that was a fish. Oh, yes. You don't know how hard I worked for this fish. Please be bigger than 1 pound 7 ounces, please. Whoa! Let me weigh you. Ow, sharp teeth. I don't think he's gonna be bigger. This is the 3rd day in a row I've come out here to try and catch one on the large crankbait. Mission accomplished. Exactly 1 pound 7 ounces, the same as the regular sized crankbait. Well, at least it's not smaller than the regular sized one. Large crankbait done, now on to the grande. So I've actually come out 3 days in a row trying to cross off that large crankbait for the challenge. I've only fished about half an hour to an hour each day using that bait, but this is day 3 and it's been another hour out here throwing only that bait. So very happy to cross it off. Yes, finally. We've got one hooked up on the large crankbait, hoping that it is bigger than 1 pound 7 ounces. It looks like it is. It'll be close, but at least we finally got that lure crossed off. I fished it for about half an hour yesterday with no bites, and then it's only been about 12 minutes today, but it felt like longer. Doesn't look like it'll beat 1 pound 7 ounces, but just happy to be done with this lure. The large Guggen Squad Recon, fish number 4. Hoping it beats 1 pound 7 ounces, not looking like it. Exactly 1 pound 7 ounces. Oh no! Give me the net. Give me the net. Of course. On to the grande now. I've got higher hopes. The weather's been very strange the last 3 days since I filmed the video. There's been like 0 wind at all. And the bite has just been terrible. I've only been throwing the 1 lure, so you know they might just be in the mood for something else. But yeah, I've come too far to give up now. We just got to cross off the grande, and then we'll call it a day. Well, I am officially giving up on this challenge. Didn't catch anything on the largest size, the grande recon. The large and the grande crankbaits were just really, really tough. I don't think it's their fault. I think it's just the weather. Like, look how calm this is. I'm barely getting any bites. It's just been really tough fishing the last few days, and I'm not a crankbait guy, so I think it's only fitting that I fail this challenge. It was fun, but it was probably one of the toughest videos I've made so far. So the crankbait food chain challenge is done. Got bass on 4 out of the 5 sizes. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this crankbait food chain challenge, and I'll catch you guys next time.